taking the dog for a walk. Autumn has definitely kicked in. I want to do a video about anxiety. I've done a video about anxiety before, but just want to expand on it a little bit because, you know, every now and again it comes back and kicks your ass, or it does with me. So let's do it. Ronnie! I'd say about an extra centimetre of my forehead has appeared. Turning into a junk mail folder. 80% spam. It took me many years to understand that I have anxiety, because everybody gets anxiety. It's the one kind of mental health problem that I think people still think, well, that's a load of bullshit. But it can affect a lot of people. Like, for example, that cricketer the other week. Brave woman came out and has had to give up her cricketing career internationally because of the anxiety she feels. Take a look.
For the past 4 years, or I'd say the best part of 4 years, I've been suffering with anxiety. It's my health, so my health was my first priority, that was my main priority, and it was starting to affect my performance in cricket. And I think taking time out is a way of obviously trying to fix me. It would be nerves plus something else, and I was always confused as to what it was, but now I know. It's a genuine kind of panic, and the heart races, you kind of feel faint. Those are just little things that I go through, and there has been times where I've had to run off into the changing rooms and be sick sometimes, just through sheer panic, and that's where it's got to really in terms of my cricket. And yeah, like I say, that then in turn affected my performance, and it had to be addressed.
Now, I read a lot of self-help, and I think that one of the things that bad self-help does is it shouts the destination at you rather than the means of how to get there. So somebody might say, be more confident, be more productive, but none of those things are how to get there. They're not a methodology, they're a goal. So I'm going to try and give you a few little snippets of how I've coped with anxiety in the past that really helps. Number one, of course, is avoid drinking drugs, because they ramp anxiety up to fuck. If I'm in a bad place mentally, I won't drink, because drinking itself can amplify bad feeling, but then also the hangover the next day, that fear and loathing you get. Ugh. So the stability you want comes from understanding if you're feeling bad or fragile, avoiding those things. Let's go this way, Ron. Come on. This way. Look, there's another dog there. There's another dog there. So we're just waiting. We're waiting our turn in the queue. But the second thing I would say is get out in nature. I know that sometimes seems ridiculous, like it's some kind of hippy-dippy thing to say, but nature always delivers. Being out in nature, in the green grass, by the seaside, in the wind, trees, all of that kind of thing, it just does something to you in your brain. We're meant to be in this environment, and it does really help calm you down. So if you're feeling very anxious, I would say go for a walk somewhere green. It really does work. Have it in your back pocket for when you're feeling delicate. Poor dog's going mad, he just wants to walk. Someone's coming, so I can't film, but I just wanted to say, look how nice the light is. That's wicked. Here they come. Right, so number 3. Now this is a bit advanced. I've got a coach at the moment, and one of the things the coach did was he got me to sit and just feel my body. So connect completely to my body, rather than ignoring how you feel or just ruminating on it slightly, to sit and basically meditate with him on how my body felt. So we did this. Now I thought, nah, nothing's going to really come from this, but I'm not a cynic, so I did it, and I sat there, and one of the things that I felt was this kind of ball of anxiety in my chest, and I get it right there. And I said to him, I feel this ball of anxiety. And he said to me, just concentrate on it. Concentrate on how it feels in your chest. Concentrate on that feeling and what it is. And then he said, now let it express itself. Just don't put judgment on it. Let it express itself. Let it see what it does. And something amazing happened. The kind of ball of anxiety in my chest started spreading out. And this really happened. This really was a very physical reaction I had. And hang on. And it started spreading out as like an energy, not as a pain, not as like a ball of frustration, which it normally is, but this energy kind of went down my arms and then into my hands. It felt like I was holding an invisible orange in each hand. He was saying to me, how does that feel? And I said, it feels good. It feels like a power source that wants to come out. And I said to him, it feels like I want to jump around and muck about and have a laugh with mates. It was like a really good feeling. It was just incredible how that exercise made me realise that that ball of anxiety isn't necessarily a bad thing there. If I concentrate on it and let it out, it's like a power source. It's almost like who I am, and it's trapped in there. And then if I concentrate on letting it out and letting it flow through me, it's an ally, it's a friend, it's my battery, it's my life force. And this might not work for you, but it was a very interesting session of having the mind and body connect and really kind of holistically feel myself as one. And now when I feel that anxiety in my chest, one of the things I think is, oh, there's my life force. It's not a negative thing. It's kind of shifted my perception of what that anxious feeling is. Anxiety is only there really to protect you. Your brain is only there really to protect you. So that anxious thought and those kind of bullying, panic thoughts that you get really are your brain just going, danger, there's a danger, you need to spot this danger. Because your brain is not there to make you happy, it's there to keep you alive. So what I've started to do is reframe anxiety as a warning sign. The reptilian mind, which goes, you're in danger, will kick in all the time. So when you're going to go into a meeting or a social situation or somewhere where you feel anxious, what's actually happening there is your brain is giving you warning signs that you're in danger, when of course you're not in danger. So the idea here is, instead of anxiety being a feeling that you feel and then you get anxiety about anxiety, understand it is a good thing. Feel that anxiety is a good thing. Your brain is trying to help you. It's actually friendly warnings, friendly signals. It's nothing bad, it's just friendly. Just imagine those anxious thoughts coming from a puppy. You know when the postman knocks on the door and you've got a young dog and it's whack, 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 whack. The dog thinks there's danger. Of course there's not, it's just the postman. But the dog's like whack, 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 whack. Imagine a little fluffy puppy or monster or whatever you want to on your shoulder. And when you go into a meeting and you feel all those anxious feelings, that's just the dog going whack, 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 whack. That's just the little monster. Whack, 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 whack. But you're in danger, I want to protect you. Whack, 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 whack. And all you can do is go, I hear you. It's all right, thank you. Don't worry about it. We're okay. Just like you'd say to the dog with the postman, it's fine, it's all right, calm down. It's the same thing that when you go into a meeting or a social situation or something that makes you feel anxious, wah, 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 wah. It's like that's the little dog that loves you, wah, 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 saying you're in danger. It's okay, you're not. See these signals, these barking noises, these anxious feelings as something good to protect you. You don't have to listen to them. What happens if you don't listen to those anxious thoughts? Nothing. It's all okay. So try and reframe this kind of anxiety as friendly signals from your nice little puppy. I know it sounds silly, but it's about understanding how to tackle those anxious feelings when they pop up. I don't want to bombard you with methods or approaches to anxiety, but here's another one. A psychologist taught me this. When you're feeling anxious and the anxious thoughts are kicking in, sit somewhere and tense all your muscles in your body, every single one. Tense them as much as you can for 10-20 seconds and then release. And then wait about a minute and do that again, and do that 3 or 4 times. And this is quite a clever trick, because what happens there is the body thinks it's in fight or flight mode, and then when you tense all your muscles and let go of them, it thinks that it's run, it thinks that it's fought, it thinks that it's done something proactive to get rid of the danger. So chemically, the anxious thoughts and the anxious feelings come down because the body's like, right, we've done something about this. He's a good boy. He's a great boy. In fact, that is probably something else that I would say. Being around loved ones, being around pets, being around your children, if you have children, all of that really plays into making you feel better. We're simple creatures, really. And some of the obvious ones, being around nature, being around family, being around people who love and understand you, does help. So let's make that another one. Where am I looking? Here, isn't it? Okay, so the last one is a little bit advanced as well, and I think I've talked about it before. It's called the triad. It's a bit of neuro-linguistic programming, or NLP, and essentially it's about evoking a feeling of comfort and confidence and calmness, all the C's, when you're in an anxious situation. You envisage a time when you feel calm and confident. You might be with friends, you might be with family, you might even be by yourself, and then you think about how you think and feel about something, how you're sitting, what your physiology is, very windy, and also what you're focusing on. And then you evoke all of these motions. It's an exercise you have to do where you really deep dive into that feeling, and then you anchor it to a tapping or some kind of movement that you do in your body, and you can even give it a name. And then when you're feeling anxious, you can then do that tapping and it will evoke those emotions of confidence again. I've got to gloss over this because someone's coming and this looks weird.